It's partly emotional. The origins of running home is both emotional and stupid at the same time. Alright,
So how did it start? Let's just go at the beginning.
how did it start? Long ago, my mama and daddy. In the beginning was the word was God. Alright, well, I was born in Hopkinsville, Kentucky. Grew up stateside and grew up in Guam. Mostly Guam. Guam is where me and my family wound up around 2008. And that's where I grew up. That was my hometown for pretty much most of my life. And after I graduated, about 4 days after I graduated, I moved out here to the Philippines. But being out here, even before and after COVID, came back after COVID, 2022, give or take. From 2022, and as time went on, I realized that I was missing a lot at home. I missed my family. I missed, certain things that reminded me of when I was a kid. I didn't have to worry about bills and all this stupid crap. And I missed that one day when I was going about my business. I think I was heading to a coffee shop to get some of my work done for school. It just so happened that a song was one of the things I had to write for an assignment. So I figured, why not to kill two birds, one stone? I'll write a song about missing home, and I'll do it for this assignment. Now, me and my friends at the time, we got together at a friend of mine's place that had access to a pool. And one of my friends said that I couldn't join them until I finished this song. So I sat my ass in one of the benches and I wrote for about 6 hours. Yeah, 6 hours straight with me and my guitar. And Running Home was born. It was good for me because the emotion was still pretty fresh, pretty raw. So it wasn't that difficult to actually get in the mode of writing. And then I had the incentive to write because I really wanted to swim. Of course I wanted to swim. It's partly emotional. The origins of Running Home is both emotional and stupid at the same time. The emotional part being because I was missing home. The stupid part being I had a deadline and that's why I wrote it so fast. I believe that the song will resonate with people in the same situation as me. People who are forced to be away from home because, life happens. Sometimes you have to go someplace in order to better yourself. I used to think it was shameful being sent out here, being blessed enough to be provided for, to pay and go do all of this that I wanted. And I felt that it was shameful to want to go back home because things were hard. I thought that wanting to go home because things got difficult and adulting was in the ass, and I miss my family. I thought it was shameful. I thought it was being selfish for a long time. But yeah, if I could have people take away one thing from my music, is hope. Hope that what you're doing is worth it. Hope that tomorrow will be a better day. Hope that home will always be there for you. I know that home can be people rather than a place. So even that, you got people, whoever you call home, wherever you call home. The hope that you will see it again. The process of making it. So initially, again, I wrote the song a few years ago. It was me and a guitar. Didn't have any instrumentals. I originally started this song just as an acoustic, but it was originally an acoustic piece that we had to perform. So there's actually a video of me performing with Heinrich Torres, Heine, who helped me produce the music for Running Home. I met him because of that class, and we've stayed friends since. And when he heard that I wanted to actually do that song for real, he happily hopped on. And then when we actually started working on it, we worked on it in his dorm room, or his apartment or dorm room. It was literally a studio apartment. He sat at his desk, I sat at the foot of the bed, and we just sat there for maybe another good 5 hours. just to make the basic demo. And that was just to satisfy the craving of, oh, I want to hear this with digital instruments. As time went on, Mr. Kevin Adena, It's Retro on Instagram, follow him by the way. He's a close friend of mine that I met in my first year of college here in the Philippines. He provided an opportunity to where we could actually put that song out professionally. When we started working on the reproduction side, we knew that we wanted to change the quality of the demo. This time around, when I reconnected with Heinrich again, I actually produced the whole song at a new level. We went to Heinrich's place one day. When we went there with everyone, we were actually able to fine-tune the instruments, the basic, able to fine-tune those a little more. When it comes to the music part, most of my fun when writing the song is coming from making the music and the harmonies and the way that they interact with each other. And they do that not just because they sound pretty to me, but I do that because I want them to be able to help tell the story of the song. But yeah, as time went on, we sent a bunch of different versions of the song back and forth, updating it with notes, updating it with new ideas. Actually, that bridge part where the bass drum starts hitting and electric guitar comes in with its own little riff, that was Heinrich's idea that he implemented on the side that we saw the next time we met up with him at his place. And I think it added an intensity that I felt the song was lacking as well, but I couldn't figure out how to do it without adding more bass. So after we got the full instrumental down, we brought the whole recording over with my original voice tracks as reference over to Wildgrass Studios, where Jet, our very talented mix and mastering engineer, helped us out. We had everyone down to Kevin and Angelo, who were working on logistics on the background. We had Vince there recording footage. So we had Andy Jazz and Lovely Lavelle, who are both artists that will be performing at the Crossroads events we're having. And then of course I have my beautiful girlfriend Faye as my support. She helped me get into the mindset I needed to be. So the whole grab ride over, she was telling me to warm up, but because I was embarrassed and my self-esteem is not that good, I decided not to. So she wound up helping me warm up on the day. After we did that, we were going through recording. We all felt something was off. This woman put a picture of my family in front of me mid-recording to get me into the mindset. And for a second, I felt my heart just because I missed them so much. But it helped. It really did help, because that's the whole point of the song, is that I missed my. So yeah, my wonderful girlfriend helped me out with that again. We actually got everyone inside the song. If you turn up the volume, you listen to the bridge, you can hear a crowd in the background. That's actually every single one of those people that I named in the studio singing, because I asked them to, and they were down as hell. So they're absolute aces for that. Afterwards, we went to the mix and master session with Jet, and that was where we kind of tossed it back and forth between me, Kevin, and him, just to make sure that all the details were right for the fine tuning. And after all that, we brought the song back to Heinrich's place, which I thought was very poetic, considering that's exactly where it started. So me and Heinrich, just like when we first wrote it, spent a few hours listening to it, adding the fine detail. And to me, it was memorable. Because of the poetry in that, how it started and it ended exactly the same way, with the same two people who believed in that little song that I wrote for a deadline. But yeah, now that song is growing, and I hope that it connects with the people as much as it's connected with me and my friends.